welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a demonstration on the Sigma Spa Express Mat. Is that what this is called? Sigma Spa Express Brush Cleaning Mat. I can't talk today apparently. Anyways, it's this right here. So this is the smaller version of the Sigma Brush Cleaning Mat. If any of you have the Sigma Brush Cleaning Mat, you know that when you buy it, it comes like kind of folded up like this, and it's huge. It covers your entire sink. This is the Express mat, so it is much cheaper than the full-size mat. I can't recall the exact price. I want to say I paid $25 for this, and the big one is $45. I could be wrong. I'll link them down below for you, but anyways, I wanted to show you guys how this works. So I'm here at my sink, as you can see. The soap I'll be using is the Dr. Bronner's liquid soap, the Magic Liquid Soap. This stuff is awesome. I did a video all about it, which I will also link down below if you want to check it out. But this is pretty much exclusively what I use to wash my brushes and my beauty blender with now, because it's just so amazing. So I have quite a few dirty brushes over here, and let's just hop into it. So the back of the mat has little suction cups like this, which help it stick to the bottom of your sink. So I just pop it in like that, and it sticks to the sink. I always make sure the sink is dry before I stick it in there, which is basically suction cup 101. But yeah, I do that. Actually, I'm gonna pop it off so I can show you guys a little bit more about the mat really quickly. So there are different quadrants, or I guess it's more than just quadrants, but there's different areas of the mat. So half of the mat is supposed to be for like smaller brushes, and the other half of the mat is supposed to be for larger brushes. So right here you can see Refine plus Face. I'm not too sure if you can actually see that, but it does say Refine plus Face. This is Refine Face, this is Wash Face, this is Refine, this is Wash Eyes, this is Refine plus Eyes, and this is Rinse Eyes. So there's different areas of the mat with different like textures that are supposed to help perform that function a little bit better. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really follow that a lot at all. I just kind of swirl my brushes around and it works. It gets the job done. So, alright, so what I do is I actually pour the soap right on the mat in one of the little textured areas. There are a couple of them. If you saw my video demoing this, I was feeling like I was wasting a lot of product because I was just pouring it right on the brush. So this actually saves me a whole lot of product doing it this way, which is good. So then I will get the brushes just a little bit wet, not a whole lot, just a little bit, enough to kind of get the suds of the soap going. And then I swirl it around in the brush, or sorry, I swirl it around in the soap on the mat. And you will see the suds will quickly turn dirty once I start using more dirty brushes. I feel like this is a little bit more effective than just rubbing the brush in my hand. So previously, just to kind of show you how I would wash my brushes, so I would pour, hopefully the camera's focused, I would pour a little bit of soap on the brush, so you can see why I was wasting product, and then I would rub it between my fingers, and this works, but for one, it gets your hand all soapy and dirty, and for two, it doesn't have, your hand doesn't have texture on it, so it doesn't like get into the bristles of the brush very well. The mat does a really, really good job of doing that, so I just feel like the mat is a little bit more effective and kind of clean. You don't have to, you know, use your hands, than of course using your hands. So once I got a good amount of brushes all sudsed up, I will turn on the water and rinse them all off. I also rinse off the mat because you can go back to the mat to help rinse out the soap in your brushes. So if there's soap on the mat, then it's not gonna rinse out your brushes very well. So what you can do if you really want to make sure you rinse them out really well is kind of go back and under the running water, just brush your brushes on the mat, the spa mat, and that makes sure it is completely soap-free, suds-free, soap-free. And then I just set it over here on a towel to dry off. Now the bigger brushes are a bit more tricky, but in all honesty, it's very similar. It's just the brushes are a little bit bigger, so they take up more space on the mat. You can't keep it in one little textured area because the brush is so big. So I end up just basically rubbing it across the whole mat. I don't pay attention to the texture at all. So you can see it cleans it just the same. It just becomes a little bit more tricky. Like, see how big this brush is? It just gets, there's no way I could keep it in one little area of this super small mat. So that's one downside of the little mat compared to the big mat, but honestly, I don't know how much of a difference the different textures in the mat really make to make that a huge negative, you know? So the only thing I don't use the mat for is my beauty blender, just because if you rub your sponge on anything textured, you're gonna ruin the sponge. So beauty blender, I still wash the same way. I do end up using a little bit more soap on my beauty blender than I would on a brush, but the beauty blender just gets so dirty, you know? I feel like it's kind of necessary to use a little bit more soap on your beauty blender. So yeah, I just wash this the same way. I don't use the mat for my beauty blender. All right guys, well that is the end of this demonstration for you. I have to say, I really enjoy this mat. I'm really glad I had it. Before the mat, I had a little sample. Let me see if I can pull it out. You know what, I might have tossed it because now I have the mat. But if you watch my Dr. Bronner video, you'll see I had like a little sample of the Spa glove by Sigma, which is the same thing, it's just in a glove form, so you can put it on your hand, which actually doesn't sound too bad because you have a little bit more control over the mat. And here it's in the sink in the glove. Anyways, I really like it. I will be sure to link it down below if you want to check it out. If you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know. But other than that, I have a few more brushes over there that I need to clean. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye.